Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1436. Happy World Chocolate Day. How did I not know it was Chocolate Day? And my clock is off. I'm on a whole hour later than I actually should be, than I actually normally am. So I apologize for that. But how could I not know that this was World Chocolate Day? Anybody who knows me very well knows that I'm a huge chocoholic. I love dark chocolate. I crave chocolate, and it's very hard to say no when there's chocolate around. I don't share my chocolate. Advice I gave to my 3 stepsons when they were younger was never, ever. I said, let me give you a piece of advice that you can carry on throughout your entire life. And they were all like, what is it? What is it? And I said, never, ever, under any circumstances, come between a female and her chocolate. My chocolate was safe in the refrigerator after that. But yeah, I very rarely share my chocolate. But, it's World Chocolate Day. So I thought, what are the health benefits of chocolate? There's got to be health benefits for chocolate. There absolutely has to be. I mean, I've got show and tell. So I've got here cacao nibs, and they've got energy, magnesium, and flavonoids. I have no idea what flavonoids are. But magnesium, yeah. And I should have bought hang on, I'm just going to do it this way. Since I'm the only one that gets to eat them. If you've never seen cacao nibs, and Zeffy's looking for something, you're not getting any of these. They look like this. They're just little pieces, they're little chunks. Just little pieces of chocolate here. And what they're made from, I had to go check the back of this. They're actually created from peeled and crumbled Criollo variety of cacao beans. So they're like the husks and the leftovers and stuff like that. They maintain the same quality and integrity of the whole bean, in that they are truly raw and processed at low temperatures. Oh. And I will tell you, these things are yum. You can actually use them as substitutes for sorry, I'm a chocoholic. Put those ones back in there. You can actually use them, cacao nibs you can use as substitutes for chocolate chips and chocolate chip cookies. And if you are working on chocolate chip cookie recipes, I have never tried these as a, substitute for chocolate chip cookies. I only read that on the back down here, and I thought, I'm going to have to try that. So I've got my, what's it called? It's not flour. It is a type of flour, but it's made from cassava. So it's cassava flour. And I've got little bits between my teeth. So it's made from so I've got cassava flour, and I have coconut sugar. And coconut sugar is very good because it's low on the glycemic index. Very low on the it's a good sugar substitute. And that's what I remember Nicole telling us when she comes on. She'll actually be on Tuesday, so we can bug her a little more about that one. It tastes so good. And so I'm going to try making some chocolate chip cookies using some of the healthiest and using some of the healthier ingredients like cassava flour, coconut sugar, and coconut oil instead of using butter. And then I'm going to use cacao nibs as my chocolate chips and see how we go. And I would use dark chocolate chips in the store, but they're actually only like around 60% cacao. You need to have anything that's over 70% cacao because it has the least amount of sugar in it. These one here on carbohydrates, let's see, 1 teaspoon is 1.4 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbohydrate, and 0 protein. But it has 9 milligrams of magnesium, which is 2%, potassium, 23 milligrams at 1% on the daily value thingamy bobs. So good for electrolytes too, magnesium and potassium. So, that's one of my favorites. I'm going to try that. Now, these ones here are a little more, I eat sparingly, but I do love chocolate covered espresso beans. But these I use, I don't eat as much because they've got added sugars in them. And this one here is, I love these. I get them from Sprouts, and they're dark chocolate bites, and they're 85% cacao. See, 85%. Well, they've got cocoa written on here, 85%. So these are good because they have less sugar added to them. In fact, they only have, well, they don't even have any sugar added in this at all. Let's see. Cocoa beans. They've got a sugar substitute in there. But no ulcers or louses that we learned with, no ulcers or louses are in these. So I'll have to ask Nicole about the other ones, the other ingredients in there. There's some I can't pronounce. So what are some of the health benefits of chocolate? Well, they're a good mood booster. So they've got antioxidants. Dark chocolate is packed with antioxidants. But so there's that flavonoids thing again. I pulled a list up from, but I don't remember where I pulled this list up. It's on my Word document now. Such as flavonoids and polyphenols, which can help protect the body against damage from free radicals and reduce oxidative stress. Stress reliever. Yes. Oh, awesome. Cardiovascular health. They say suggest that consuming a moderate amount of dark chocolate. I wonder what a moderate amount of dark chocolate is. Because see, depending on how much you like chocolate, especially dark chocolate, what would you consider a moderate amount to be? I have to dig into that one a little further. But it suggests that a moderate amount of dark chocolate may have a positive impact on cardiovascular health. Yes. The flavonoids in chocolate can help improve blood flow, reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and promote healthy cholesterol levels. That would be these ones because they're 85%. A mood enhancement. Chocolate contains various compounds that can positively affect mood and promote feelings of happiness. Oh, absolutely. It stimulates the production of endorphins, serotonin, and other neurotransmitters, which can help improve mood and reduce stress. Oh, I never knew any of this when I first tasted chocolate, but I'm really liking what I'm learning about it now. Cognitive functions. Flavonols found in chocolate have been associated with improved cognitive function. Oh, yes, including better memory, attention, and problem-solving skills. Oh, three of my favorite things. Regular consumption of dark chocolate has also been linked to reduce risk of age-related cognitive decline. Yes. Oh, there you go. Sweetened with monk fruit. It says it on the front. Sweetened with monk fruit. So I have like 2 of these. I'll show you the discs. I have 2 of these discs a day. I don't know if that's considered moderate or low or whatever, but these are just what these chocolate bites are. They're just these sweetened with monk fruit, no added sugar, 85% cocoa. That's got cocoa in it, but they're just these little thin discs. They're about this size. If we're in New Zealand, it would be the size of the old 50-cent piece that we used to have, but this is bigger than a quarter. I don't even know what to combine it with. But anyway, so I have 2 of these a day. So I don't know if that's moderate or not. Skin health. The antioxidants in chocolate can benefit the skin by protecting them against damage caused by ultraviolet radiation, improving hydration and blood flow to the skin, and prompting a healthier complexion. However, this benefit is primarily derived from consuming high-quality dark chocolate and not sugary or milk chocolate. Yes, remember this is a lot of a lot of studies that I have seen out there written about chocolate and the health benefits all relate to dark chocolate. I actually also have in my pantry, I have cacao butter, which is what you can find in some some skincare products, is the or cocoa butter, cacao butter, whichever one it is. That can also be used in cooking, but it can also be used in making lotions and potions for the skin and adding them, melting it down and adding in some essential oils that are good for the skin as well. So you're not only getting it from the inside, you're also protecting the skin from the outside with the cacao butter. Blood sugar regulator. Oh, I didn't know this one. Despite its sweet taste, dark chocolate has a relatively low glycemic index, which means it has a minimal impact on blood sugar levels. In moderation, see, there's that moderation thing. What is considered in moderation when it comes to dark chocolate? In moderation, dark chocolate can be included as part of a balanced diet for individuals with diabetes or those looking to regulate blood sugar levels. I would check with medical personnel first. And any of these that relate to blood pressure, inflammation, blood flow, all of that sort of stuff, check with your GPs first. But I can tell you that I like my dark chocolate. Another one is appetite control. Consuming dark chocolate in moderation has been found to help reduce cravings and promote feeling of fullness, potentially aiding in weight management and preventing overeating. I will tell you this. I will get, actually, I'll tell you that one in a second. Anti-inflammatory properties. The flavonoids present in the dark chocolate have anti-inflammatory effects, which may help. All of these are may help reduce inflammation in the body and provide benefits for conditions such as arthritis or inflammatory bowel disease, so IBD. Yeah. Remember, while chocolate offers potential health benefits, it is essential to choose high-quality dark chocolate with a cocoa count of 70% or higher, as it contains more beneficial compounds and less added sugar. And then it's got a disclaimer here at the bottom of this article. Also, individual results may vary, and it's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional or for personalized advice, which I totally agree with. Like, for not knowing that it is World Chocolate Day today. This morning, I actually had a chocolate muffin, and I split it. And my chocolate muffins, I usually get the ones from Costco and put them in the freezer till needed. Don't ask me why. I love Costco's chocolate muffins and their blueberry muffins. And the poppy seed ones get stuck between my teeth. But I do like the lemon flavor of those ones. See, it's a very hard choice. Chocolate wins out every time. And they're about this big and about this tall. And with those, I split them in half across the circle. So you've got the top from the bottom. And then I cut them into 6 across half, and then each half into thirds, and put them in the, this is just me. This was my breakfast this morning, and then I arranged all the pieces in there so they kind of covered the inside of my cereal bowl. And then I have this keto nut mix. I know I'm completely mixing up all the diets here, but I got some keto nut mix, which has in there like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and some of those other really good ones. And it has pecans in there, and what else is in it? It has no oats. It's completely gluten-free, no added sugars. It's just got all this granola type stuff in it, but there's no rolled oats in there, no oatmeal in there at all. Which rolled oats, if you weren't on last time we were talking about reading labels, rolled oats may be gluten-free, but they have a gluten effect on the body, if that makes sense. I've got a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Okay. And so it just has all these seeds and nuts in there, and that's basically it. And it has, I know it's got pecan nuts in there. What else does it have in there? But anyway, so it's about a 1/4 cup for a serving. So I put a 1/4 cup in there today. I'm sorry, 1/3 of a cup. Put a 1/3 of a cup in there, put that in there. I misread the label. It says here that gives you the health benefits for 1 teaspoon. Helen misread it and read it as a tablespoon, but thought, we're going to do 2 tablespoons today. So we did 2 tablespoons of the cacao nibs in there. And then I have dried cranberries that go over top. And that's probably, yeah. And then I pour a chocolate, and then I poured a chocolate protein shake. So I had a chocolate muffin with the keto cereal stuff, which is just seeds and nuts, with my cacao nibs, cranberries, and chocolate protein shake poured over top. and my chocolate protein shake is a vegan protein shake. And so it was chocolate on chocolate with chocolate and a little bit of side bits in there. It was really, really good. And so I thought, I'm going to have to try that again another day. So I still have muffins in the freezer for that. So I'll try that again another day. But it was really, really good. And so that was my start to the chocolate day. And then throughout the day, I've had some of these. I've had one of these so far, so I still can have another one of those. But I didn't do any espresso beans. I found out that after eating the espresso beans, I get rather tired. And it's got, you got espresso beans there with caffeine. You should be, boom. Yeah, no, so that's why this bag I've had for a while, because I tend to get tired after them. But all that sugar that's in there with them. Yeah, because it says dark chocolate, but it's got semi-sweet chocolate in here. That's probably why. It's all that sugar that's in there. Yeah, 13 grams of sugar. That's a lot. That's a lot of sugar. So I might be going off the, but I haven't had any of those for a while. But I love chocolate. And, you know, I used to have a chocolate shelf in my refrigerator. When we were living in San Diego there, we bought a refrigerator because the place had no refrigerator. And it has all of the shelves. And normally, if you think of when you open a refrigerator door and the shelves are all sticking out, across the bottom, they had a plastic piece that went across the bottom of the door, so it didn't stick out. If you were tall, like my husband was, he was 6'5", he could not see what was on that shelf unless he bent down to see it. For me, I could see what was on that shelf. Unfortunately, so could the grandkids. They're short enough that they could see there, but I didn't open it when they were present. And that was my chocolate shelf. And I had all my little chocolate sweets and goodies along there as well. And one of Brad's things that he started doing with me on my birthday, he would take me to See's Candies. And I could go and I would go through and pick a personalized box of a 1 pound box of chocolates. Yes. But I was very kind with him because it was my birthday. He got to share. I got the lemon filled ones because those were his favorite. But yeah, so I will eat chocolate. And if you have a look on my Facebook story tonight, there's this big chocolate cake with chocolate covered strawberries and everything else. And the first time I saw it, I said to Brad, I want that for my birthday one year. I'm still waiting. I've had that picture. Oh, when I first saw that picture, we were living in the place before Solana Beach, which has totally escaped my mind. Rancho Bernardo. We were living in Rancho Bernardo when I first saw that picture. So that would have been back around 2013, 2014 when we were there, because we were only there for a couple of years. And so it was sometime around 2012 to 2014 that I first saw that picture. I'm still waiting. I said the only difference I want made on that is I want a lot more dark chocolate on there than what's on there, because it was a lot of milk chocolate. I don't believe that white chocolate is actually chocolate because it has zero cacao or cocoa in it. So how can it be chocolate if it doesn't have any cacao? That's my theory anyway. Milk chocolate, very, very sweet. But dark chocolate, I'll eat it all day long. And dark chocolate cherries are my favorite. But my absolute favorite, and I cannot find it anywhere, you can get, and that is dark chocolate crystallized ginger. And Whole Foods used to have it, and you'd get the little plastic containers that would have little balls in there. Like they would have like balls like these, and inside would be crystallized ginger. I love, 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 love those. I cannot find them anywhere. And that was dark chocolate. And with Whole Foods, it was 80%, I think it was. It was either 75 or 80% cacao in there. And I loved those things. And then they suddenly stopped selling them. And then I could only find them at Trader Joe's. Well, Trader Joe's no longer has them. And I'm like, seriously? And people go, oh. And so people would send me the chocolate bars, the dark chocolate bars with crystallized ginger in them. Unfortunately, I love the people for the thoughts and all of that. But these balls were, like I said, let's pull one of these out. These balls were like about this size. Actually, they were bigger. So this is a espresso bean in here, which, as you can see, is that size. The crystallized ginger balls were bigger than this, and they had that chunk of ginger in the middle, and then you had the chocolate to balance it out. Whereas in the chocolate bars, they're thinner, and they don't have the chunks of ginger in them. And if they do, it's not as well spread, because I thought, well, I'm going to try the crystallized ginger chocolate bar and see what happens. I could hardly find any ginger in there at all. And I'm like, well, then how the heck can they call this crystallized ginger chocolate? And there's virtually no ginger in here. I was very disappointed with that. But I can't find crystallized ginger anywhere. The dark chocolate crystallized ginger. That's my absolute favorite when it comes to chocolate with something in it. But plain dark chocolate, I'll eat it all day long. So that's it. So what are some of your favorite chocolate treats that you like to have? Oh, I will say this. when it comes to white chocolate, there was only one thing that I actually liked that had white chocolate in it. When we were doing the Christmas River Cruise back in 2011, and we're doing it on the main Danube and down into the Danube, we stopped at, we had actually finished the cruise, and we're staying for 3 nights in Budapest in Hungary. And in the evenings, we would go down to the Christmas markets because there were a lot more booths open, and there was a very big community feel down there because everybody, a lot of people who were local to the area would come down and spend the evenings down there at these great big they had these long tables with bench seats on either side of them that you could sit there and you could be part of the community and just sit and chat. And we didn't understand the language at all, but we loved sitting there and just watching people interact. It was a great place for people watching. And there was a very different atmosphere in that square where the Christmas market was than during the day when all the tourists were there. And like I said, more booths were open, food booths, craft booths and all that, because people would be working during the day and they come and open up their booths in the evening. But there was this one stand that was only opened in the evening, and it was a bakery stand. And so Brad, after one meal, went off to find dessert. He says, I'm going to go see if I can find some dessert. I says, okay. He says, what do you want? I said, something with chocolate in it. Surprise, surprise. And he's like, yeah, I knew you were going to say that. And so he comes back with this apple strudel. And I go, this has got chocolate in it. He says, yeah. He said it's a white chocolate, because I was still training. It took me a lot of years to train him about chocolate. It was a white chocolate apple strudel. I will tell you here and now, that was the best apple strudel I had ever had, and still to this day have ever had in my entire life. It was amazing. The pastry on it was flaky. It was perfect. It was just perfection in this piece of strudel. It was absolute apple strudel perfection. And he said, well, can I have a taste? I went, no. I said, you want to taste it? You go get your own. And I had it one every night for the 3 nights that we were in Budapest, because it was so good. And I wanted to pack up some and take it home, but I wasn't sure if I would get it through customs. So rather than getting it confiscated, we just didn't take any with us. But you had to have it fresh, and it was made fresh that day. So that's the only time I have really enjoyed white chocolate, was on that. I mean, even if you look at our wedding cake, well, that had white chocolate on it too. So our wedding cake, whenever you see the pictures of our wedding cake, it was 3 tiers. It was a chocolate cake that they had. The owner of the restaurant actually made it. It was the 3-tier chocolate cake that had been wrapped in raspberry jam or raspberry preserve, whichever way you want to look at it. And then he'd made this very special white chocolate icing and put it on there along with flowers that were the same as what was on my bouquet in there. That was amazing. This year will be 25 years since we got married, and I can still taste that cake. And we got to have some at the wedding, and then the restaurant packed up the top tier ready for freezing. And it actually, okay, so my husband's father had this pet food business where they actually made meatloaves for dogs, and they had these big, huge walk-in freezers out the back of the stores. And that's where our chocolate cake, that's where the top tier of our wedding cake sat for a year. And so when we came back for our 1-year anniversary to LA, we went in there and got it out of we didn't know it ended up in there. Somebody told us later on, somebody had taken care of it for us and put it in. I don't know why it was put in there. I don't know, but that's where it was kept. And we took it out, we unwrapped it and everything else, we let it thaw out. And wherever we went, whatever relatives and friends we went to visit that week or two a week that we were in LA for that week, we took the cake with us so they could get to have some of the top tier of the cake. So I still can taste that cake. It was incredible. And it was a dark chocolate cake. It wasn't just a regular chocolate cake. It was a dark chocolate cake with raspberry on the outside and a white chocolate icing that he had made. It was phenomenal. And it was almost like the icing was almost like a fondant, but it was incredible. So yes, there are a couple of times where I have had white chocolate exceptions, but for the most part, I'm dark chocolate all the way. So anyway, let us know in the comments below, what are some of your favorite chocolate desserts, some of your favorite chocolate treats? What is your favorite brand of chocolate? I will tell you right now, my favorite brand of chocolate is Whittaker's, which is made in New Zealand, along with any chocolate that's made in Belgium, Germany, or Switzerland. Those are my top 4 locations for chocolate. I was, how old was I? 15? It's about 15 or 16 when I had my first taste of Swiss chocolate. And the way we got that is that we had a friend of a friend came to stay with us one night, with us, and she was staying in my room, and I was put in the office on a mattress in the office with a sleeping bag while she was there. And as a thank you, she gave me this little pile, and it was just this little pile of Swiss chocolate, and it had like 4 or 5 little. It was, if you think of a chocolate and they've got the rectangles on there, that was basically a rectangle size, and it was this little stack of chocolate. And I really loved, what was the name of the company? Cadbury's at the time, but Cadbury's kind of changed their formula over the years. But Whittaker's, if you're in New Zealand, grab yourself some Whittaker's chocolate. It's awesome. It's amazing. I've even had chocolate taken off me at the airport because it weighed too much. You'd be surprised. And I would get the king size chocolate, which was like a pound of chocolate. These bars were a pound of chocolate. And like we had some in our suitcase, I think it was. The first time we came back from New Zealand with Brad, it was 2002. And we had like 6 or 8 cakes of chocolate, and they were like 2 pound slabs of chocolate. And our bag and the suitcase was over. I'm like, huh. But the other one was under. So we went over to where you can repack your suitcase and stuff. We opened up the suitcases. We took half of the chocolate out of one and put it in the other because we were like 4 or 5 pounds over. And the other one was under about the same. And then took the bags back and we were good. Actually, no, we actually ended up hand carrying 2 cakes of chocolate. So we had like 3 in each suitcase and 1 in each of our carry-on bags. And that's how we brought back 8 cakes of chocolate that were each weighed a pound from New Zealand. Because I didn't realize how much chocolate. I didn't think of, that these were a pound each. Didn't think of that. So, yes, so those are the 4 countries that I will happily have chocolate from: Switzerland, Germany, Belgium, and New Zealand, in no particular order. And I used to, like I said, I used to like Cadbury's, but over the years they changed their formula, so it got it wasn't. They used to say there was a glass and a half of full cream milk in every dairy bar of chocolate, in every Cadbury's dairy bar of chocolate. Yeah, glass and a half of full cream milk. I can remember the commercial from back then. Wow. But over the years it changed. It didn't feel like as creamy as it was. But then Whittaker's stepped up, and they have really good chocolate. And Whittaker's is another New Zealand brand. So anyway, that's it from me for tonight. I am out of here. Let us know what your favorite chocolate treats are, what your favorite brand of chocolate is. If you have a brand, what is your favorite flavor within that brand? I like fruit and nut. On the Whittaker's fruit and nut. I also like the peppermint one. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, they have the Hokey Pokey one too. Anyway, I'm out of here. Go out and have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Don't forget to eat your dark chocolate for health. And we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, konera.